Yeah, because well, it can be frustrating when you don't know how to do it. But it's just so much easier. Like, I guess it's after practicing for a long time that you like, oh, okay, I can do this. When I was a young person, I was a dance nerd. I danced. That's what I did. That was my thing. It was incredibly rewarding. And then, I went to university. I didn't do a degree in dance. I decided to go to find out to see if I could be an academic, and that wasn't very rewarding. But around that time, I started thinking, I really want to create art, like art other than the transient art that is a dance performance. A dance performance. I mean, and that's part of the beauty of it, and that's why I love stage performance and performance out in the wild, is that it only lasts for that second and it's gone, and unless it's recorded somehow. But often the whole point is that it's performed and it's gone. And I started to feel that I wanted to work in a mode, I wanted to express myself in a mode that actually stood still, that you executed in it, then it lived as a thing. And so I think it's because of, I can only imagine that part of it is because I marinated in textile arts as a kid through people on both sides of my family. That textile arts is where I ended up starting to express myself. And first it was working just on techniques. So, okay, I want to learn how to spin. I want to learn how to yarn. I want to learn how to dye yarn. I want to learn how to dye wool. I want to learn how to dye fabric. But then it's like, oh, those are all the techniques. Well, what happens with it? And I felt like I wanted to say something, but I never knew what it was. Sometimes you don't know what it is you want to say, but just be ready. Like, just learn techniques until you know what it is that you want to say. Do it until, you finally have a concept that you want to put across, whether it's an abstract concept or a really firm concept that you want to communicate out. Learn techniques until you figure out how it is that you want to speak. I just feel really gratified that the way that I like to speak is through textiles, and that in that way, they're approachable. That approachability is a little deceiving because sometimes it could just be what it is on the surface, but often it is something much deeper than that. And so what makes it deeper? Maybe it's the form that makes it deeper. Maybe the form, you realize, like I did, that certain forms of clothing have deep resonance, like super deep resonance that have a type of magic associated with them. Well, that gets even more exciting. Okay, well, how can I use this magic symbol to talk about something else? So learn your techniques until you can figure out what it is that you want to say, and then start saying it.